My dog is making all kinds of sound effects. How
Must
are
have
you?
been. I'm good. I'm good.
Hold on a
Nothing.
second. Oh, wait. Wait, I'm going to pause the recording for a second, but we're going to turn it back on. Please hold,
Okay.
fellas.
Recording in progress.
It still sounds so aggressive when she says that.
It's Judgment Day, recording in progress, right? Yeah.
Is that when we tell her, hello, beautiful, and try to cajole her?
I like what a yoga teacher told me one day. Judge and be judged. Isn't going to be any judgment day. In other words, get after it, right?
You know,
Everybody
that's
else
what
is doing it, right?
exactly. So that's what I've been at, getting after all of it. That's what I'm doing. I'm on a mission to get after it.
Good.
There's got to be a song for that one too. So,
Oh, there's a bunch of songs. It's like I just heard what's the guy's name? Was at the White House dinner with some, let's say, negative intent, right?
oh, yeah.
Clark or something. Anyway,
Clark Kent.
yeah, something. I heard his song on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
What is it?
John Lennon song, yes. Happiness is a warm gun when I
Oh,
put my finger on your trigger. But anyway,
well, there you go.
there you go. I mean, he's got a manifesto. He might as well come out with a playlist, right?
Well, of
So,
course. That's
I
right.
mean, what was he listening to on that drive across country, right?
Some Ozempic mashup.
Yeah. I
Okay,
mean,
no joke. No joke. Let's like for a second, Ozempic. I have a neighbor in this building who, like, if I don't name her, does that, and I say what's wrong with her, does that break some kind of HIPAA?
no, you
Oh,
just
okay. Well,
describe a fictional character in a book you're getting ready to write. There you
the
go.
fictional character in the book that I'm ready to write is in a wheelchair due to some kind of poisoning received by some boob implants from years ago that were leaking, and I don't know, some awful silicone floating through her whole. Anyway, and then she was a little too heavy and whatever, and then she started getting these shots. This is the last conversation I remember having. Oh, sorry, with the fictional character in my head. She said to me in my head, that oh, Leanne's hearing voices, who told her that she was getting shots to lose weight and they were working and whatever. But now in my book, I'm gonna have a neighbor come to me and ask if I've heard my character has heard about this neighbor who is now coming down to the lobby out of her wheelchair, um, without her walker, and then staff have to, and she's just getting. And I think it's the Ozempic in my
Those are
fictional character.
those are base allegations because we already know that all the people that didn't get the jab are responsible for all the jab deaths in the world. So there you go. That's called convolution of logic. And it's the operating theme right now,
That's
according to
like
the
alcoholic logic, honey. That sounds like every alcoholic's delusional
Oh, yeah. It's like, I
world
got to
right
get
here.
drunk and it's all your fault. There you go. That's all you need to know.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna pat myself on the back for all y'all. I was having a conversation with my husband, and I said, "Well, that's because you make me." And I went, "Oh, ding, 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 ding. You don't make me nothing.
Yeah.
I take it back. If I don't have it in me, you can't trigger it. Time for Lily to go do some more self work now. Sorry, dude. But it was so nice to catch myself and then not go there.
Yeah.
That kind of wound me up too, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody makes you do anything.
No, exactly. And then I was talking to him about orbital looping and information hygiene, and then
Yeah.
breaking the loop, and doing like some periodontal work in your subconscious
Right.
beliefs, deep periodontal work between those thoughts, teeth.
That sounds reasonable to me.
Look,
Oh,
it's the only way.
yeah.
I feel literally it's the only way. Nobody's going to take accountability for your behavior. Rendela, nobody but you is responsible for your behavior. That's what I'm telling.
I'd like to deliver a word from our sponsor. War Day is in pre-publication, and when this video comes out, excuse me, about 3 days later, 4 days later, 5 days later, somewhere before the next video comes out, you will be able to purchase this book, War Day. There's the advertisement. I said if we couldn't get a sponsor, I'll be a sponsor.
Okay, I'll send
How's
a
that?
bill.
Huh?
I'll send a bill.
Yeah. T-shirts to
My
follow.
goodness.
Huh?
T-shirt, right? T-shirts. So what? Then what? Now what?
Yeah. Let me get rid
Oh,
of this.
wait. My spoon in this metal cup can be like a gong.
Your what? Oh, hmm.
Disruption. Orbital loop disruption. Ding, 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 ding. That's why people snap rubber bands. It disrupted the dog. You're a good girl. Go lay down now. Go back.
Yeah,
Back.
to remind them to hurt themselves. You know, it's a sad thing when somebody resorts to hurting themselves and they deprive the universe of providing that benefit.
That particular benefit. Yeah, because it's so good at it sometimes.
All you gotta do is get out there. The universe will work on you.
Like
It'll
I,
hurt.
I feel like my mother right now, okay? Like before I lost, see, there's a lens because the dog ate my glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lens on the floor someplace. But there's this story about in the 50s after a show, the gang went out to eat at Sardi's after one of the boyfriend. My mom was in a show called The Boyfriend with Julie Andrews. And for some reason, one of her hard contacts popped out on 44th Street in front of Sardi's. And the old ladies, Millicent Martin and Anne Wakefield, who are still alive, still tell the story about when Paulette, everybody was on their hands and knees crawling around trying to find my mom's little teeny and they found that meower. They did. They found it. Now I'm trying to find something that's like 2 inches by 3 inches, and I'm just absolutely, I'm
The
plugged.
gremlins got it. The gremlins got it.
Ozempic, got it.
You know, everybody needs a scapegoat, or a scapegoat is a better language, right?
Well,
And
here.
it deprives them of blaming themselves for everything they do. So,
That's no
blame,
good.
judge, man, you can just, in a rubber band, you can just get off into the universe, right? In your own special way.
I
So
do
there.
that anyway.
Yeah.
I do that for entertainment, you know. But honestly,
It's just like you're talking about losing things, when the perpetrator in the White House dinner thing that was going on.
yeah. Oh,
They
Mr.
grabbed JD and
Clark
forgot to
Kent.
grab the president, right?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they grabbed JD and had him off stage in a split second. And it took Trump a New York minute for them to remember, oh, he was there too. And then they dropped him going down the stairs.
Did they now?
Yeah, I think he needs to get, what do you call it, like a advocate for elderly care or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no. They didn't drop him. You know what it was? He ordered them to do that so that he could make sure he wasn't on the moon, and he wanted to test the gravity level. And if he
Oh,
fell really fast, that means he's still on Earth. And if he didn't fall so fast, then maybe he's up there on the moon because the gravity's different.
yeah. I like it. I like it.
He was using his scientific reasoning because he's about to announce all the UFOs. So he had to
Oh, yeah.
yeah. It was like a preemptive strike. It was like a warm up. He was like planting seeds, maybe.
You know, in Star Wars, one basic question comes up, who's your owner? Right? Like on Darth Vader, who's your owner? And then the same thing might apply to our politicians. Who's their owner, right? Now you're into command structure, not control. And so apparently you can own politicians, as evidenced by California, right? And various other places, right? New York City, right? Yeah, you can own it through a proxy. Only we call them politician proxies. So I think there's some wordplay there and maybe a particular outfit that could be made. Like
Maybe
they,
we could just hyphenate the word and call them proxyticians.
yeah, there you go. Poxy proxies. I mean, something like that.
Epoxy, like because their fingers like epoxy, they're really proxy.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Now we got some good language we can introduce, right?
See, this is coherent. This is informational hygiene right here that we're practicing. It's not
Yeah.
what you think, it's what we say.
Proxy politicians. There we go.
Right. Proxy politicians with epoxy for their fingers. That doesn't rhyme, but we'll figure
And
it
just
out.
so people remember that there may be some sarcasm involved in all this, my
No.
brother today wanted to shout out to, Big T that he is thankful that he has caused him to lose like 6 pounds in the last week because he can't afford to go anywhere and can't afford to eat. And he wants Big T to know
That
that
he's
he is
grateful.
thankful, that he is thankful for giving him the opportunity to lose all this weight today, last week, and next month,
Well,
right?
that's good because they say that gratitude is the highest form of frequency one can be in. So if you're in a
Yeah.
state of gratitude because of Donald Trump should also feel grateful that he's um, influencing people for
Yeah.
better things.
Yeah. The war on obesity. Nobody talks about it,
Well,
right?
we talked about, or you talked about it
Well, I
last
mean,
week, and I just kind of,
there's the Ozempic way, or there's the Trump way, right? Anyway, my brother said he went green today. He didn't eat and didn't drive anywhere, right? It was a green day, right?
I
Wasn't that
like
a
the band Green Day. I used to,
green day with that band or something?
yeah, it is a band.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
it's
there you
not a
go.
band anymore. I don't
I
know.
heard them one time. Anyway, right? So there you go, right? Things are proceeding apace, right?
Well, there you go. Things are as they should be, or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember Wang Po, fourth century. Reality is reality. What you think about it is not reality. How you think and feel and imagine it to be is not reality. Reality is reality. Get over it. All right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What thinking and feeling got you in the Gulf War? I mean, is it a Gulf War? No, it's a
No,
straight war. Yeah, it's not a gay war, it's a straight war.
there you
Right.
go. That's another t-shirt right there, or a bumper sticker.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something that we need to do. I don't know what.
There's so
And just
many things we need to
if
do.
you confuse yourself, then you confuse the enemy. So there's your haiku or whatever they call those things, little poem to write down for you today.
Is
Right?
it? If you confuse yourself, you confuse your enemy.
Yeah,
Because if
there you
you're
go.
walking around like a
What you're
confused person,
doing, therefore they can't know what you're doing. Right?
well, that's just linear.
Yeah.
Come on.
Uh,
That's connected.
welcome to modern warfare.
How do you know what I'm doing if I don't know what I'm doing? Hey,
Exactly. Oh my
it's
goodness.
true.
And they're trying to force us into alternative energy. And the only way to do that was to basically destroy every aspect of the petroleum industry. And they're doing such a fine job of it. I mean, you just got to wait for the aftermath, you know?
Look, if they would just start using
See what the
zero
world
point
looks like
energy, then
then.
it wouldn't matter. If we could just use zero point energy already, it wouldn't be done with it and just move along.
Yeah, moving on, moving on.
That's what I say.
Anyway, so there's the news today.
Is that today's news?
Yeah.
It's not yesterday's news. I saw this thing. Ross Coulthart was talking today about MK Ultra that was being done on the American citizenry between the 1950s and the 1970s. And I'm thinking, like, what? Yeah. And now the government and the CIA have tossed it over to the corporations to do for them.
Okay, okay, wait.
That's the simple
I
version.
I had a client who I can't name who wrote a book and the CIA bought them all up, but she gave me a copy. And she's very famous for coming out and talking about all this, right? Before David Icke started in, Icke, right?
I,
Icke. Anyway,
I, no.
and is, she's been vocal lately, but she kind of hid out for 20 or 30 years. She was one of my clients for a while. And I have that book, and she describes all of it, all the MK Ultra processes and stuff. But what happened is that they said, well, that it was disbanded. No,
They
they
did.
handed over the program to and changed it what they call Project Mockingbird was the next step, which is control all the media. And then they took and put their own people in each one of those. So there are CI people in each of the media organizations around the world. And when you add all of it up, then you don't need reality anymore. You need a narrative. And they have done a fantastic job of creating some of the stupidest narratives you've ever imagined.
Well, but
Right?
the citizenry is so stupid that they eat it hook, line, and sinker. That's a problem.
Yeah. And if you have any intelligence, the narrative wasn't meant for you. It was meant for those people that were of lower ability,
Well,
we'll
that's
call it.
flattering.
Yeah.
Gee, like what?
Yeah. So it is very operational. It's just it's more of a social engineering program they call it now, and where they get you to think what they want you to think and feel what they want you to feel, right? That's all. Remember, withdraw from the field, withdraw from the battle, take care of yourself. Go to Coachella, right?
Right? Go for a weekend. Go to Coachella weekend too.
Yeah.
You'll be feeling
Talk
better.
about bourgeois. Do you know how much money it costs to go to
Yes,
that?
my daughter and her fiance go all the time.
Yeah.
Stay at really nice hotel rooms when they go. They're bougie. They're bougie.
Yeah, sell the car, sell the kids, sell the house, go to Coachella.
Yeah,
There you go.
something like that.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Wow. All right. Do you want to go to some questions?
Yeah.
Or do you want to talk about what it more Mockingbird, what it changed to after that?
Oh, then it went into what we call a dispersion. It went
Yeah.
around, the world, right? And just remember, like Luke Skywalker said, "Who's your daddy?" Right?
Who's your daddy?
Yeah, that's all you got to ask, right?
I
Any,
think you
any,
can remember
any,
nobody knows who their daddy is anymore.
yeah,
Maybe.
any politician, you just got to ask them that one question, right? So ask Elon. Ask Elon, who's your daddy, right?
Well, you
I'd
could
be,
ask about 25 people who's your daddy, and they'll all say Elon. I swear it's probably up to that many kids. He's got that many kids. Dude has definitely procreated like a monster with many women. Thing.
no.
No?
He read Foundation Series, based all of his corporations on it. But I think that he originally read the Podcane of Mars or one of those early science fiction books and has swallowed in the fact that we can go somewhere that has 11% the mass of the Earth. And somehow this is the ideal refuge for continuing the um, evolution and existence of the human population
On
and the
Mars.
absence of this world existing anymore. And boy, if you put all that together, I bet you could convince millions of dollars to flow into your coffers, right? Or you could get a plushie.
That's my socks. You're stealing stuff from the other room. Do you want to cover my tootsies? Thank you. Could you drop it? Thank you. And now we're gonna go lay down now. Go lay down.
Anyway, who's your daddy?
Who's
That's
your
the
daddy? Luke
question.
Skywalker's my daddy. No.
Yeah. Today's podcast, who's your daddy?
Is that it? When
Uh, and then, of course, the big question, who's your mama? Right? That's the only one that makes any difference, right?
look, that's the only one that actually matters because you only have one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's your baby mama? Who's your baby daddy, right?
Sugar mama, sugar daddy. Hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Sugar mamas can apply.
Right.
Uh,
I feel like my birds and my
they
dog,
can reach
like,
us through the website, if anybody's so inclined, right? Just
I'm
remember, if you need a friend, I'm available, right? That's what James Taylor said.
yeah.
You need
You charge $500 an hour.
that you have a friend. That's what it is. All right.
Do you though?
Yeah.
Is that thought yours or James Taylor's?
Actually, I think this whole line is you have a friend in Jesus, but I think that's another song.
That's a
Anyway,
different song and a different conversation, man.
yeah. Yeah.
Way, way.
So anyway, what's the questions today?
Okay. Question number one is a statement. Do you think isometric holds are one of the best ways to build strength plus stamina? I actually like isometric holds, but
Okay. There's a whole martial art that's based on the fascia. It's taught as a discipline or subdiscipline in Kung Fu. All right. So isometric holds become a way to train the interaction between your own energy flow and your body. That's it.
okay.
It's not about the hold, it's not about the position, it's whether you can direct energy into that position. All right. So, like in Kundalini yoga, we would had to put our arms straight out, right?
Or like
And
in
hold,
Taekwondo when you hold horse stance, like
yeah,
Chachum forever.
yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
And we had to hold that position. Well, after a while, your shoulders start freaking out, your arms freak out, your neck freaks out. And then the only way that you can maintain it is to push energy out through your hands, right? I actually teach a whole exercise set for it, 30 people again. And I call it five hands exercise.
Hmm.
I've taught it every once in a while, but it is strictly an energetic exercise that somehow involves the fascia and isometric holds. How's that?
Interesting. I
So
once
when you,
practiced um some practitioner work that used literally a rubber ball to break
yeah,
up the myofascial tissue and turn your hamstring back into three muscles
yeah,
when it's all bound with fascia. It
yeah.
was to like break up all of
Well,
it.
that's not your fascia. That's connective tissue that is grown together, right?
Right. Or that little skin around the like that's stuff that you pull off your chicken. That's not skin, but it's
Yeah.
anyway, it does that. It And
Okay,
no joke, it puts up to an inch back on you after you roll on the ball either way.
I believe it.
Yep.
Yeah, so isometric exercises without breathing exercises and a focus and all this other stuff are not as effective as the ones I teach. Anyway, go ahead.
No, sorry. Yeah, I guess I interrupted. What a surprise. She interrupted him. That
Yeah.
body rolling stuff also includes breath work as you're right
Yeah. I
releasing
see
into.
I see people at the gym all the time. They do exercise and don't include their breath in them, and it's actually kind of dangerous. So there.
I was gonna, that feels like you could implode if you don't use your breath when you're doing that exercise.
Yeah.
Like,
We call it used to call it bust a gut, but anyway,
wow, that makes
we
sense.
call that a
Do
hernia,
you
I
think
think.
people have caught hernias because of that?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Did you
Because a
just say
hernia
hernia?
comes about bad breathing or bad positionality of the body,
Do people?
and a hernia is a tear in the fascia. So there you go.
It is. It's a tear in the fascia where your gut plops out, like when
Yeah,
you have one in your stomach, and then you got to kind of like. I know somebody who used to poke his thing back in with his fingers because he could.
I had a lady bodybuilder come to me in Oklahoma, and she called me, and she had created a hernia, and I was on the phone with her, so I said, "Well, let me put it back." And there was somebody, two girls with her that just freaked out because it went away. So she made the competition and stuff. I can't remember where she came in first or second. Anyway,
Well, that's good. I'm sure she was very grateful.
yeah, yeah, she's a good client. And another part of that story, she became pregnant. Imagine that,
Hmm.
and by her husband, by the way. And she was having difficulty because her fascia was too tight. I'd been teaching her fascia exercises. So I had,
Uh-oh. What happened? Where'd you go? You
what?
froze. Uh-oh. Did you freeze? You froze, but I don't know why that happened. Okay.
What connection's unavailable?
Is that what it said to you?
Yeah, they sent a little notice or something.
Okay, you froze. Okay, so what happened? You said her fascia was too tight and you were giving her exercises for her fascia, and that's when you
Yeah.
froze.
Well, before we were trying to tighten it all up for the bodybuilding, but then when she got pregnant, we had to undo it to let her have a normal pregnancy, which she did. She ended up having two or three children, and all of it went well. So there.
Well,
So
but
the
that's
factor
good.
can either help or impede your motion. So there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's okay.
Well, but it all makes sense. It's this culture that's just so obsessed with the physical reality. It's like
There-
one hand clapping. I've said it so many times.
There's a reason to be fascinated with the physical reality. It's why I wrote this book, but it also has some other aspects to it: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, psychic, all that.
Right.
But
Just when you concentrate on one of them too much, it just becomes not equitable energetically.
well, physical reality is easier to deal with than the mental free for all, what do you call it? Social engineering experiment going on. I mean, you can't deal with it because it's what do they call it? It flips channels, it flips frequencies, and all of a sudden you're supposed to be worried. Does anybody remember some guy named Epstein? Does anybody remember
P.
like
Diddy. P.
yeah, P.
Diddy, John
Diddy?
P. Diddy
There's a good
Combs.
yeah, yeah. What happened? How come I can't think about that anymore?
No, we
Right?
can. We talked about what his IQ was, and we were surprised when it was higher than we thought.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sean.
So anyway, we can't talk about the Obamas or the ones that start with a C, or we can't talk. I mean, how about what that Wiener guy? What was his name?
Anthony Weiner and his sexting problem.
Yeah, that was a New York problem.
That was a
Anyway,
Wiener.
Wiener should have been mayor, just like the one we
Wiener
have now.
Schnitzel Wiener.
maybe they
It
could have been friends after all.
sounds like a law firm. Wiener, Schnitzel, and Wiener.
Wiener and Mandami. Go, team, go.
Wow. Wow.
There's a team, see? And then we could go, who's your daddy?
Then we
Anyway,
could.
what's the question?
In
Got a
a
question?
test tube. My daddy was in a test tube. My name is 905, just like in the Who song. When you were speaking about the command and control structure of the world, have you ever considered the Quakers or the Teutonic Zionist Knights or for the command part?
They're two small players. First of all, you have to have two things. You have to have, let's call it an unfettered imagination on how to inflict pain on the entire world at one time, and the willingness to do that. I cover this in another book I've wrote called 10 Sons Martial Arts. But anyway, and that's not available publication for quite a while, even though it's all written. So the problem is
Vanna better get to work.
that unfettered imagination and desire to basically be a destroying force in the universe of the entire human population. And you need money, right? What's the song say? A whole lot of money.
I thought my songs want a whole lot of love.
Yeah.
Hell,
Whole lot of love ain't gonna fix it. That's a myth, right?
I can live on love. Well, how are you? Don't be practical. What are you guys gonna live on? We're gonna live on love, Daddy. But I love him.
You
I love him.
you are to be in movies.
I'm gonna be in the movies.
Yeah,
They're gonna make a big star out of me.
that's right.
Woo!
Yeah, that's right. So anyway, whatever the hell the question was. Oh, the great Quakers. No, even the Quakers, the Mormons, divine ecclesiastically theological influence on the Middle East right now. And of course, we have our Lord and Savior DJT in that group. Um, we have BB the baby BB, kind of like the Maladorian, guy. I mean, if you put all those players together, you still haven't gotten hold of a group that can do those two things I was talking about earlier, right? You got to have money. You got to have the will to kill.
Yeah, well,
Number,
you probably got to have like trillions, not
yeah,
billions.
that's the number eight
It's
martial art.
deficit worthy amounts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Gee, where's that $3 trillion getting used by the person who's controlling everything?
yeah. What's a
Probably
trillion? What's $1 trillion between
between
friends?
friends.
Yeah, between friends, like Quakers. Aren't Quakers friends? Isn't that right?
I don't know. Does that mean if a Quaker has $1 million and another Quaker doesn't, and the one who doesn't says, "Can I have $1 million?" The one who has it just gives it over? Is that how it works?
Well, John Wick movies said it perfectly. It's called the high table, and you don't have enough money to play at the high table. You just have to ask, who the heck is those 12 people? Just like the 12 people in MK Ultra,
How
right?
about the 12 people in here plus the other 12? You said I had 24, so there's 24 of me.
That makes you special. That
I know.
makes you an even dozen. How's
I
that?
like it. There's no
Right.
baker's dozen here, baby. I
Yeah.
got a double dozen for you.
No plus ones. Okay.
Not at my house. No more. My plus one days are unless I'm the plus one. Hmm. Okay, so next question. I want to get a theremin. Is our solar
Oh,
system
by the way,
what?
the X-Files got it wrong. They say in the X-Files, I want to believe. And the Zero Files, this says I want to know the truth. How's that?
Right. Because you know what? Believing, thinking, and knowing are three different things. We've gone through this before as well, kids.
Yeah.
Believing is religious, thinking is maybe upon information and belief, but knowing is knowing is knowing is knowing is knowing is knowing is knowing. La la la.
And the rule is thinking won't give it. That's all you have to write down and figure it out.
So there, as
There.
my Randall likes to say, so there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back to the theremin question.
Okay.
Is our solar system or our galaxy actually existing inside a tesseract? Supposedly, we bounce off certain walls. I know I bounce off my walls or boundaries. I push those.
There's some inanity in the universe.
Like
And
inanity.
perpetual,
Wait, 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 wait. Inanity meaning like inane, like it makes no
yes,
sense.
yes,
It's dumb.
yes,
Okay.
yes. The inane has become pervasive in social media. You've got little Billy C, right? You've got little Avi Loeb, Avi Loeb the Little. You've got all these people out there that want you to be hypnotized and want to glamorize everything from pyramids to Mars to aliens, right? You're being hypnotized with aliens right now. And I'm sorry, you've been hypnotized. Now they're glamorizing it because they don't want you to remember that the aliens were eating people and cows and eating their intestines
Sorry.
and slicing them open and chopping their ears off so they could have cow's ears, kind of
That
like
sounds
pig
like a
ears.
farmer's normal day. Like,
Yeah.
why are they upset that aliens are doing that when farmers who raise cows to sell to the grocery store
There's
do
a
it every day?
easy way to tell if there's an alien that's come to visit to your property or home or business. You can go buy a jar of pig's feet, right? We used to have them on the kitchen table when I was a kid, so you could have a snack whenever you wanted, right? And if you set them on the table, you'll immediately know if there's an alien in the room if they grab one of those and eat it, right? There you go.
Okay.
So pig's feet is the alarm bell that alerts you to the presence of aliens. So when they come out with all the aliens are all over the place, you can say, I just need to invite one to dinner and see if they're a real alien or not.
Hey,
Because
so
if they're not a real alien, they don't eat pig's feet.
do you
Or
have
they
a
eat pig's
window
feet.
close?
There you
Do you have a window close by you right there?
go.
Because you might want to check and see if there's some men in black like lurking. Because after you just
No.
gave them up for
I
loving pig's
I
feet, they
think
might want to
a
take you out
jar
next, right?
A drawer of pig's feet is probably one of the best psychic defenses you could have in your home. So there.
You know, if you want to meet a real alien, just put some pig's feet on the dining room table. It's kind of like putting cookies out for Santa.
Yeah, exactly. And I will endeavor to go buy a jar. I think I saw one the other day so that we can
Pickled.
have a visual of pig's feet for people.
You
Anyway,
know,
go
you
ahead.
should put some gefilte fish next to it in case you have a Jewish alien.
Yeah, and Jewish lightning.
Manischewitz, you know, some crackers.
Oh, and by the way, if they eat pig's ears, that's only for dogs. That's not for that's not for aliens. Okay, so you can kind of put both on the table as an offering and see. Right?
Well, I would say that aliens probably use the pig's ears to like make sure the plaque doesn't stay on whatever version of teeth they have. It's
Yeah.
good to,
Maybe it's an after dinner mint to them.
it's
Right?
possible.
Yeah.
Maybe
We
we
don't
should
know.
invite some over and make a buffet and see what they like. And that way, when they actually show up, we'll be
Need to
ahead of the
find
curve.
out because
We can start an alien restaurant and have the right menu the first time without trial and error if we do it like that.
yeah, we can have cow's intestines, we can have pig's feet, we can have all kinds of
We could
they,
have
I mean,
Snippy the
these are
horse
things.
burgers. Wait, no,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then we
and
could call it
these things.
cheval We'll call it
Yeah,
Snippy le Cheval. We'll do it in French to make them feel like it's refined.
yeah. And just remember, this has been a popular staple of their diet for the last 100 years. We have records of it. You
But
know, you'd be in the tabloids all the time,
I,
right?
I I really
Like
feel
the
like we just need to
Democrat.
make sure they know that it's hands-off humans, though. Unless they want to genetically procreate and then they have to pay extra.
Right. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not free
No,
anymore.
yeah,
All right, are you ready for the next question?
yeah.
What does it mean when we see gold-colored blobs in meditation?
When what? Say?
Gold-colored blobs in meditation? Called gold. Blobule in gold. Ooh. Meditation. When your eyes closed.
I
I'm way too wound
think
up tonight. I'm sorry.
I think that one shouldn't discuss one's neurological conditions in public. Next, it has to have no meaning.
You can assign a meaning to it, Matt. Whatever you say it is, that's what it is. I'm
That's right.
translating. It's whatever you
Yeah,
want it to be, honey. Whatever stops the tears.
yeah. It's like you have a beautiful wife. Why would you be thinking about gold blobs? I mean, that's a very low on my totem pole of things I need to think about today. But I may want to include it in my meditations just to see what you see. Do you
Do you
see
hear
what
what I hear?
I got going anyway?
Because Matt's seeing tiny golden blobs. Do you see what he sees?
Yeah, it might be a good Christmas song.
It could
Whatever the
be.
heck that is.
Oh, we've got time to practice and get it just right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, when we expand our energy field, will things feel more easily? Oh no, sorry. Take 5 million. When we expand our energy field, will things more easily be sensed by proximity?
First of all reality is proximate. You can write it down. I
Write it a
actually
hundred times.
now the book I've been writing for 10 or 20 years is called Theory of Proximate Reality.
Hmm.
Reality only exists about anywhere from 3 to 30 feet around you. That's it. And the person sitting next to you or whatever, they have a different reality. And they are not mergeable, but they may be coincidental. That gets into some big language. But anyway, so a relationship is coincidental. That's all. It's not sharing. It's not caring, right? Blah, blah, blah. Go write a romance book. Next question.
So wait, does that mean that sharing isn't caring?
No, no. It's a burden. You're going to burden people, right? What? I wrote a song.
Oh,
Someone, whatever,
yeah.
put your weight on me. What is that song?
Is it
Come
the
on.
Rolling Stones
Hello,
song?
Banning. Yeah, the band. Hello, Banning. Will you put your weight on me? I mean, somebody needs to be able to find all the music I'm
Right. You
talking.
know what? That song, it's called The Wait, isn't it?
Hmm?
The Wait,
Oh,
the
yeah,
band.
that's what they call marriage. The weight. It can be spelled two ways.
I was
W-A-I-T.
just, yeah, that's right. There's the wordplay. I was waiting for it. I heard you before you said it.
I like it.
Yeesh.
Right? That'll be my first romance book, The Wait. So
Or you know, the secondary caption could be "Run for your life." Okay,
didn't, didn't they make a movie like that? I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, but maybe this is what's wrong with me. Number seven, are MRIs damaging to our etheric or energy bodies?
Um, the simple answer is yes.
What does
Okay.
it do? Because I just had one, two of them.
this is one of those questions like what's in a hot dog? Nobody knows.
Oh
Right.
dear God. So I put myself in a microwave. You know what my
Mm.
friend said?
Yeah.
If you put
Yeah.
yourself if you put food in a microwave, it's the same thing as taking like a novel or a piece of paper and ripping it into a million pieces and then saying it's the same thing.
Right. Yeah. The momentary effect is to disconnect and interfere with electron transfer at the what do they call it, at the
Root level. Yeah.
synaptic and dendrite level. How's that?
Yikes. Like dendrites are what grow. That's what allows kids. They have big, long dendrites. That's your learning capability.
Right. So,
Does it or does it make your IQ less? Does it drain your
Janis Joplin explained it perfectly, right? Take another little piece of my heart, baby. Take another little piece of my brain. There you go. Right? And you ever notice a thumping sound? Like bum 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 bum
Yeah,
bum.
yeah, yeah. I was just zoning out to it. The guy asked if I wanted music. I was like, no, I'll just listen to the noise. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. That is
Mind control.
part of the Borg, right? It's part of the, you know, changing of the human form into a mechanical existence. Anyway.
What
Oh,
did you say,
yeah.
Randall? Uh-oh.
Why do you think they had all the robot dances? Because they have the robots coming. It's
Dun,
all
dun,
predictive
dun,
programming.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
How about that robot that they couldn't control that went after the crowd and and when its handler tried to make it stop, it tried to go after the handler.
Faraday Futures manufactures robots, and they showed a picture of their robot doing kung fu. I sent them a message. I said, "Look, if you're going to program a robot to do kung fu, why don't you get somebody that knows kung fu to be able to program it? Call me." They actually wrote back.
Finally, somebody paying attention to Randy.
Yeah, it's like, just because you have programmers don't mean that they're proficient in Earth experiential learning. How's
Hey,
that?
you had scientists who knew what they were doing, and then the hydrogen bomb went off, and they kind of went, "Oops."
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
What's
damn.
any different except they're playing with more nefarious toys? Look, you know
Yeah.
what? The idea that AI and they're trying to with this AGI and the amount of clean water it takes
No, no,
to
no,
run
no, no.
like they don't get
That is a myth.
it doesn't, it is, it's
Have
bullshit.
you ever seen a computer or a rack or whatever they call those things, right?
Drink a glass of water? No, I haven't.
Yeah, that's it. Just ask yourself one
No.
question, right? And then they put out this myth that they use like a 500,000 gallons a day. So apparently people are not capable of math because, ooh, wow, alien, spaceship, um, shiny object. See what I mean?
It's what
It's working. The
keeps me from
program's working. The
interrupting.
program's working. So anyway, 500,000 gallons. Now, if you take that and do the math, the first thing you got to do is like, where did they get the 500,000? Where are they storing it? And then what is their utilization rate or burn rate? And then you ask yourself, well, if they're using that much water, does that mean that they're breaking it into oxygen and hydrogen and they're turning around and fueling the factory with oxygen and hydrogen equipment, which would explain the use of the 500,000 gallons of water because a freaking server rack doesn't drink a cup of water. Get over it, people, right? It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. Just like that
Ah, it's a
coming back
lie.
alive after 3 days thing. Anyway,
Didn't the Eurythmics do a song? It's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, lie, lie. Who did that? Not the Eurythmics. Who was it? More 80s nonsense in my head. More orbital looping and information song, not hygienic songs.
yeah.
Okay. What did the Native Americans usually use bitter plants for, and why do bitter things help with certain problems?
They're preparatory plants for marriage, right?
It's for your prostate later, Harry.
Yeah. Bit bitterness is the outcome of failed marriages. Okay. So what they want to do is give you a precursor, kind of like predictive programming. They want you to be aware of that taste and that experience. So when you get to be older and your husband runs away with a younger woman or vice versa, that you'll be able to understand that the purpose of bitterness early in life is to prepare you and sustain you for later life, right? See?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, they are to put us on what is that Geffield's show at night? What is it the guy does? What's his name?
I don't know. I go to sleep early, like Randy told me,
Yeah,
but by
yeah.
10:30.
We'd have to get some wakey wake juice to be able to go on the show, right?
Oh dear God. Sorry. Oh, are you talking about Art Bell's show, Coast to Coast? No.
No, no, no. The one where he makes all the late jokes about people and has a former wrestling person on there and
We watch different shows there, Mr.
what is his name? Anyway,
No, you'll think about
a
it later.
comedy show, right? They try to do sarcasm, but they're not as good as us. So there.
Well, that's because we do deadpan sarcasm.
Yeah.
There's something about the whole less is more thing that I learned. It was beat into me with the acting.
Just
Less is
remember,
more.
deadpan orgasms, excuse me, deadpan sarcasm is better than bedpan
Bedpan
sarcasm.
orgasms? What? That sounds terrible.
Deadpan
If
orgasm.
you're having bedpan
Wait a
orgasms, you
second.
have some serious orbital
Deadpan
looping issues.
sarcasm
Stop it.
beats whatever the other one is, right?
Drinking out of a
Deadpan
bedpan?
sarcasm. There we go. There we go. God, glad I made it through that one.
No, no, actually you didn't, but that's okay.
Next.
If we have, oh, I skipped ahead. I got so disturbed by your bedpan orgasms. Like, what?
Oh,
Are you a fan of sensory deprivation? After that last question, yeah, I think I am.
yeah,
Um, to
I've been
help,
married. I've been married twice, so I would have to say that I am an experiencer of sensory deprivation at all levels, right?
yeah, but that's selective shit that you do for self-care. But are you a fan of sensory deprivation to help sharpen your inner senses, like blindfolds, earplugs, noise
Okay.
canceling earphones, but not when you're crossing the street where there's traffic?
If you need toys in your meditation space, right? Just like toys in some other spaces in your house, then the answer is you don't need toys. The ability to separate, the ability to go into this bubble of your consciousness. Nothing is required in there. Nothing, zero, right? When I sit down, I mean, the lights are off, it's dark. If I open my eyes or close my eyes, doesn't make any difference, right? I happen to live in a dead zone, kind of like a deadpan or whatever. There's no noise, there's no light, so it's easy for me to expand outwards, let's say, or to get away and separate through evanescence, which is a higher calling into quote unquote that spiritual space, right? And it's not very expensive, just so you know. My total electric, water, and uh, garbage bill for where I live in Oklahoma is averages $108 a month, right? So all those people in New York
Good.
City that think they're trapped into this high income, high expense thing don't know that they could live somewhere in Oklahoma if you could call that living. Okay. But it sure doesn't cost you very much. And you get dead silence, you get darkness, you get no noise, you get the ability to exercise your own creative talents in the absence of any inputs. So there you go.
Right, but that's too real for a lot of people. When I went up to the country house at night, like I had a phase in my childhood where if there was even one little peep of light, like I'm talking like if there was a full moon and there was a crack in my window, I would get pissed off. Like I wanted it black. You know,
Uh,
the only
so
time I've
did,
ever been annoyed with the moon was when it was disturbing my blackness.
so did the Rolling Stones, painted black. Anyway,
That's right. I wanted it painted black. So like I've experienced that kind of silence. You know, I can't say half and half because we spent from like March to October, November every year from the time I was 5 to the time I left. Um, but if you experience something like that chronically, you kind of crave it. You know, it's nothing you
yeah,
get in New
yeah,
York unless you put noise canceling headphones on
yeah.
and then
There,
shut all.
of all the people out there with all the money in the world, they do not have the understanding of um, silence, and they don't understand uh, the beauty of darkness, we'll call it, and not in the way that DJT or Savior, right?
Yeah, we're
But
not talking about like a grid failure and a blackout. That's although, that might
yeah,
actually
I
help a
mean,
few folks.
when they do the blackout, it's just to give the people the same experience I get of living in Oklahoma. So there.
Well, see, there you go. The next blackout we have, maybe
Yeah.
we'll all experience what it's like to live
Here,
at pajama
here
party at
it's
Randy's.
just it's just normal, right? Wouldn't bother you at all, right? So
Well,
anyway,
but the idea that somebody who lived in the city and can flip from one to the other, why wouldn't somebody who lives in Manhattan be okay in Oklahoma?
I tell you what, the silence and darkness would kill them, right? It'd make them crazy.
I don't
Why?
think so.
Because one of the things about meditation is you earn the appreciation and beauty of silence, right? All meditation, all Zen meditation, all these weird practices, all of it occurs in a state of extreme silence, right? And what that means is the sensory, like he talked about sensory inputs and meditation tanks. I've done all those things. It's like
Oh my
that does not compare to earning what I call the right to silence. It's like that thing, you have the right to remain silent. No, uh, you have expended the energy and effort to be able to experience silence at a very high level. That's the definition of meditation, spirituality, all kinds of things, because it gets into how you can experience the world when you don't have anything to experience it with. And that's my Zen quote for the day. I made that up.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. I don't think I just keep thinking because, people don't have a point of reference other than out of what they see, right? Their awareness and their like groping into reality to have an experience or whatever. I honestly don't think that a silence like that would be disturbing to me. And if it were, it would only be initially because I would reach back into my remembrance of that comfort of
Yeah.
that. There's a comfort to it
I
for
teach it as the Stevie Wonder exercise. Um,
Clear.
It is to turn out the lights and to close your eyes and navigate your way from the bedroom to the kitchen, living room, bathroom, all these things without stubbing your toe or bumping into anything. And the language is called the moonlit path because one of the things you find in darkness is light, right?
Right. When your eyes adjust, you think,
No,
oh, it's so dark in this room, but it's not your eyes that are adjusting. It's your energy field that's,
when you're photonic, when you shut down the photonics in the brain, the eyes, whatever you want to call it, what is left is an experience of being able to see the light being emitted by everything in the universe. And it's a very high meditation. It's actually something that Russia works on with children to be able to read and see that have afflictions with their eyes and stuff. Dr.
that makes sense.
Korotkov researched a lot of that. Okay.
That doesn't make sense. Honestly, it's almost like looking for the halo of energy around each object in the room, or not even looking, but just being able to see it
Yeah.
rather than the light in the room. Because everything has a frequency and everything has an aura. And if you
Yeah.
understand that, then you're not actually using your eyes like you said, you're using
Yeah. And
energy recognition.
a rough translation in Japanese martial arts is called the moonlit path.
Hmm. I
So to
like
close
that.
your eyes or to be in utter darkness and be able to see the light of objects, everything emits photons, right? Everything has existence. Everything has a field, and you're able to interact with it at that level. So you're never lost or without sight, right? That's why we have a little language, insight, right?
I like
That's
it.
where all that comes from that, right? So
I like that.
that's a good question. Next.
If we have different layers of our field on the outside, energy body, etheric body, astral body, etc., does the same hold true for going inside our body to access those same layers, like the whole as above, so below thing?
Okay. There's no differentiation in consciousness like subconscious, unconscious, non-conscious, whatever.
Hmm.
It's called a distributed field. And so even though I talk about physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, psychic, psychological, etheric, astral, causal bodies, they're all of one is what it's called. There's no differentiation because they're all interspersed, right? So when we talk about somebody's IQ, intellectual quotient, the EQ, emotional quotient, MQ, mental quotient, I mean, all of that is in there in any answer you give. And of course, that's where we come up with the saying, do you meditate with your big toe? And the answer is yes. So that,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
So if you're part of, if big toe's part of you, then the answer is yes, you are meditating with that. So you are experiencing everything through all those 12 bodies or 13 or 11, whatever number you want to use, right? And depending on your programming, everybody's got a different number, right?
Okay. Well, that
Yeah.
makes sense. It's like
Yeah.
everybody metabolizes food differently. So let's see. I don't know if I want to ask 12 first or 13 first. We got two more left.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with 12 for I'll go in order. So if Matt wants to stay off somebody's menu, should he think twice about camping in national parks? Because it makes sense that they would make hunting grounds. We have to pay to enter without knowing we're not the apex predator.
If you go in the forest, you are not the apex predator, number one, all right?
Period.
Uh, unless you're with me, all right? So,
I'm with
uh,
Sasquatch.
yeah, yeah, it's it, what happens is you lose the boundaries of your senses when you go into the woods, okay? And that in itself should scare the hell out of you because it means that you've become interactive. If you become interactive, it may be you may be perceived as food to something else in the forest, right? So here's the rule. Don't go into the forest.
Hansel and Gretel didn't know
Yeah,
that. And look what happened to
yeah,
them. It didn't end
yeah.
well. I mean, I guess it did
Bad
end
things,
well, but like there was, it was
yeah, bad things
50-50 for a
happen.
second.
Yeah. Yeah, if you, I tell people, I was raised in the woods because I was feral as a kid. I'd literally go out in the woods every day, starting at 5 years old. And
The
I'd tell my
Boggy
mother,
Creek baby.
yeah, I'd be back and, at the end of the day. I mean, I'd go all over the place by myself, armed with a Daisy Rider BB gun. So, you know, it's, oh, and a pocket knife. But anyway, the woods are not for people to go and think that, oh, this is a glorious experience of being out with no boundaries on my senses. Okay.
Like even in the daytime, to be
Well,
honest.
yeah, yeah, yeah. If you Native Americans know there are things out there, right?
Dun
Right?
dun dun.
People that don't believe in interdimensional, transdimensional, non-dimensional, non-local consciousness and existences obviously haven't been into some of the different woods that I've been into. And if he wants to have a good experience, tell him to go to the Kaibab Plateau in Arizona because there's nobody there, but there's lots of spirits there and other things, right? So
It's
whatever
them
you
thing.
do, don't go to what is it, Fort Huachawa or Huachawa, whatever that place is in Arizona. Do not go there, and if you do, do not go north.
Or the
Do not,
Superstition Mountains. Don't go there.
yeah, don't go north into the desert. Is a bad idea. Okay, next.
Well, that just goes to there are portals places like that. That's where the portals are. You don't want to go there. Are there portals in Iran or not?
Portals in Iran, one, right? Um, let's say 1 to 10 level, it's a 4. So it's still energized, right? A little bit.
Is this
Capable
what they're
of
actually arguing
transportation
over?
to non-local space. 1 to 10 is 0. No, it's not let's see, could I activate it? Hold a second. No, that's not available. Offline, we'll call it,
Is
right?
there a portal in my apartment?
No, no. There may be a black hole in there, but anyway.
It's called Nakoma. She eats
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
My
See?
dog is the black hole. The black dog who's a black hole. Okay. Why does fasting for 24 to 72 hours give our body a better potential to heal, if that's true?
It's subjective, right? It's like one person that may, another person that may not. Here's the rule. If you don't eat, don't do anything, okay? Because you don't have anything to energize your movements, actions, all these things, right? So if you eat vegetarian, don't be a fighter, okay? You don't have the heavy proteins
Right.
that would be necessary for you to recover from being wounded, right? So,
That
so there,
makes sense. Like if you
yeah,
eat sinew, then you'll be sinewy.
yeah. So a vegetarian diet was created for those people who were not warriors. Meat eaters were warriors. That's it, right? So they needed the long-term metabolism that comes with eating heavy meats to be able to sustain them in battle, right? So that differentiation occurred in India. The meat eaters were the fighters, the vegetarians were all the little thinkers and helpers and rear echelon, mother meow, whatever you call them, right? And so there you go, right? And
Mother
the
meow.
non-eaters we called slaves, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So forget Ozempic. Just prostrate yourself to your leader and who's your daddy and they'll take care of it, right? So,
Wow. Well,
see,
well then maybe
slavery
here it
is
is.
slavery is an answer. There you go.
Don't even. Let's just tell the people in the woods, somebody, the menu, the somebody that has the menu in the woods. I think we should pimp them fasting for 24 to 72 hours while we're in the woods, and then it's not a problem. What do
I
you
suggest for the total experience and package, one should wear a pig's foot around their neck, right? While they're in the woods, right? And we call that an ultimate experience. It's right up there with alien visitation. So there you go.
Wait, can we do a CE5 with a pig's foot around our neck?
There you go. We should ask Greer about that,
We
right?
should ask Greer to do one. It could be the Pig's Foot CE5 2026.
Can you be a contactee or an experiencer?
Only if you have a pig's foot. How much are we going to charge for the pig's feet?
I'll find out and then I'll divide it up and tell you. I think it's under $1 each,
I
really.
don't know. We need to make a profit. Come on, it's a special alien pig foot. Come on, Randala, you got to
Well,
work on your Madison
at-
Avenue.
I'm telling you, at the theater, you can buy single pickles in a pouch, right? Why not single pig's feet, right?
Pickled
See,
pig's feet in
we
a pouch. I like
we
it.
have a whole new market we could develop.
It's the PPP.
Yeah,
P
yeah, there you
P
go. Pig
Eep,
PFPs.
eep, 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 eep. Pickled pig's feet in a pouch.
Yeah, I
Pickle
like it.
pouch.
I like it. I like it. I like it. And we could pass them out at the Oscars. Just think of that.
Yeah, but we would have to probably pass out mints after that because everybody's breath in that room would make each other pass out. It would be like, who needs like to throw with smoke bombs? Like
Yeah.
all you just need to feed everybody pickles and then ask them to take a deep breath in and exhale, and then you have your whole, right? Everybody because
Just look this way. Kissing would take on a whole new dimension.
like mustard gas, but it's garlic gas in the room. Nasty.
Just kiss me. Yeah.
I know. Vanna would want to stab me in the face. I'm not doing that. Get out of here. Get out of here. See you next week.
Maybe the dog would kiss me though.
Yeah, I'll get the iodine. That's what.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. What else? Is that it? Are we done?
I think so. I think we've massacred the universe at this point.
We did it
Mhm.
again. Again, you have to add again at the end of that
Yeah,
sentence.
again, right. And just remember, brought to you today by War Day, available
Yay.
on around the 12th or 13th or 14th, somewhere in there on Kindle, and Books By is another one that'll also have them. And you can find it on War Day Books by or wardaybooks.com. Randy Weitenheimer, Energy Doctor,
With
whatever
a
thing.
K.
Yeah,
I'll put all the links. I won't be lazy this time on the YouTube. If you guys are
yeah,
willing to look at what I write, then maybe you'll see some links for this stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, of course.
yeah. And Sugar Mamas of the world, send me your resume and your bank account information.
And some
So,
pickled pig's feet in a pouch. Okay, bye.
bye.